it actually makes it more fun when you play with the kid that like sort of, I mean, you feel like you can maybe, for me it's just fun to play with him, so whether he learns anything or not, it's still fun. But hopefully he might pick something up.
You guys obviously were playing out there tonight together, but what kind of future does a kid like that have?
I think he's got a lot of upside, Jack. He's got some serious firepower. He's a good athlete, so I think he's got top 10 potential. I really do. I mean, whether or not you get to that, where you're challenging these guys winning majors, that's what we really want. I mean, we've gotten spoiled, so even though we got Marty at 8, and Isner had the incredible best end of his career, and he's 16 or 15 in the world, and up to 14. So, you know, I think he's going to get to the top 10. But, you know, we want guys at finals winning majors. Andy has some, he had that incredible match at Wimbledon in 2009 and didn't win that. And so we're sort of going, what the hell's wrong with it? But, I mean, in a way, we're solid. We just need to take to that next level.
John, could you take a minute to talk about your own development over the years? I mean, probably no other athlete has had a post-arena career like yours, and used to be the bad guy, and now you use you can't be serious brand so effectively.
The way you put that. I don't know quite how to answer that, other than that in a way, as I got older, maybe I appreciated sort of what I had and have a little bit more. And some of the things, for example, the commentating, which I didn't think or know I would like, it turned out to sort of be something that worked out well for me and I enjoyed, because I just do like the big events.
Yeah.
And playing, I didn't realize that I sort of enjoyed getting out there as much as I did, sort of playing with, you know, at my tennis academy, going out against 12, 14-year-olds and sort of enjoying that. So it all sort of came to a place that I really wasn't sure that I get to, but I'm happy that I got there.
And, you know, you did the 30 Rock bit where you're the good guy, and you got some ads.
I'm trying to stretch myself. See, I'm trying to play a part where I'm not playing myself. So this was like the first step, where I was the good guy instead of the bad guy. So I think I'm almost there. That maybe Lauren or someone will give me a shot at something where I'm not playing myself. Probably end up playing like Rafa Nadal or something. I'll have to wear a whole new body.
What's been your favorite gig in all these years you've done? You did with
Curb, you talking about off the tennis? Well, it's a tight one. The two most that I get commented on are Curb and Mr. Deeds. Those are the top two. So it's hard. I'm thinking off the top. Yeah, those are the top two. I love doing 30 Rock because just being around these people, they're all so funny all the time, and to get that chance. But I've been lucky in that sense, just to sort of get out there. I've done 4 Adam Sandler movies. So it's, but I think I think there's been about 1,000 people that have come up to me and said, "You're the guy in Deeds and don't know I'm a tennis player."
John,
does that light have to be so bright, or are we filming for like movies or something? This is unbelievable.
Between yourself, Gael Monfils, and these 2 young college studs who've played a lot of dubs, can you talk a little bit about the athleticism you faced on the court tonight, and the athleticism you're seeing evolving on tour these days?
Well, I mean, certainly it's brought the game to a new level, obviously. So you can't, when I was playing, if you knew the tennis, the nuances of the game, you would beat like an athlete. Now the athlete beats the tennis player. So I'm looking for that sort of combination with the Rogers, in a way, that person, where he's not maybe as great an athlete. I mean, he's a great athlete, there's no doubt about it, but these, like Nadal, Djokovic, are beyond belief. So because he's so great at tennis, it allows him to even compete at this point at 30. But certainly, you know, one of my goals is to get the best athletes possible in New York, for example, because it's no question you can't get away with just knowing tennis. So it's sort of interesting. I would have loved to try to play against these guys. You know, it would have been a tall order, obviously, but just to try to sort of combine that, because I think it's like doubles. I mean, if you know some of the tricks of the trade, I don't care. I mean, I'm covering half the court, so I mean, this is beautiful for me right now. I'd be happy to go out against. I'm not saying that I'm going to go out and win things, but I feel I can be comfortable against anybody right now and play doubles. So that's sort of, but singles a whole new animal. It's like a totally different story. So it's sort of interesting. we need to get the players that want to play before they play basketball or football, they're playing tennis.
Once you do have, and you're working with your academy athlete, how do you get inside their head? How do you reach those kids?
Well, that's the challenge. You know, I'm hopeful that I'm going to figure that out. But, we'll see. You know, it's a long-term project. You know, I'm hopeful that this is going to go on for years. So you try to get guys, people that know tennis and people that are athletes, and figure out a way to make them players.
You also seem to have an attitude that you want the kids to have somewhat of a normal life growing up, not to be necessarily the voluntary type kids. Is it realistic to think that that can happen in this day and age when sports is
You know, this is going to maybe be unbelievable to say, but I actually think that can happen. I'm called a dinosaur at times, or, you know, back in your day, or you don't know what you're talking about, but I think they're making a big mistake. Even my brother, you know, looks at me and thinks I'm nuts. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that think you got to, you know, live your life and live and breathe it 24/7 at 12 years old. I don't think so. So we'll see. I mean, I think that some people it may work for them that way, and other people it won't. And I want to be at least an outlet or an option.
Kind of a tough question, but it's June '84. You're in control.
No. Don't go there.
But how would, in retrospect, when
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that I make it upset. And I'm in too good a mood right now. Anything else?
How much different do you think your career would have been if you had Hawkeye while you were playing?
I would have won a lot more majors. In my opinion, I would have. The 40% of the energy that I wasted on sort of losing it would have allowed me to sort of focus on playing.
Do you think because so few stars play doubles now that it kind of hurts the appeal? I mean, people they know the Bryans, but you know they don't know it like they knew you or Ludson Smith.
Yeah, I think it's hurt it. There's no doubt about it. So, but you know, a guy like Jack Sock could benefit from playing doubles. So hopefully people realize that it helps him.
what do you see the upside of Isner? He has a great big match sensibility and huge when you have
I think Isner is a guy that actually is, when people look at a draw, the top four, they go, where's Isner? Because we don't want any part of him. You know, they say they believe they would beat him, but they realize that they prefer someone else to beat him.
Can you get, say, to the slam final?
I think he could. I really do. I really believe he could get to like a semi or a final, given the right set of circumstances. You know, the problem with John is that I think he makes life a little, this is just my opinion, but again, this is like, people have probably heard this, because I think he makes it a little more difficult for himself because he allows, you know, he sort of wants to show that he can hit ground strokes with these guys. And I think he'd be better off playing more like Pete Sampras, where he'd sort of unnerve these guys and not give them rhythm and drive these people absolutely bananas. And maybe he'll do that. He's a great kid. He seems like, he's already, 14? So to me, I always thought he could get to the top 10. I mean, I don't know if he can win something, but believe me, he's like the most dangerous guy out there on the tour, I think. And I love the fact that he went and did what he did because he deserves it. And also, it says something like, hey, guys, maybe someone could go to college and succeed.
After Australia, Rafa said that he thought Djokovic had maybe the best return ever. I wonder if you could give me some perspective.
I think so. You know, I saw Connor, Connors was the guy for me, and then Agassi, I was like, oh my God, these guys are unbelievable. And for a while I watched Djokovic, and he certainly was a great return, but the level that he's at these last year and a half, obviously the last 13 months, but a little longer, it's like unbelievable what he does. So I think he's the greatest returner. He's in that argument without a doubt.
What do you think he's doing to get the results?
God, I wish I knew. If I'd known that, yeah. I'd consider coming back and playing the 2014 San Jose doubles.
He's got a great backhand, too. How would you compare his backhand to the great backhands we see?
Oh, well, you know, the guy's incredible right now. I mean, he's put himself in the picture. I mean, he was just, you know, a year ago, you wouldn't even throw him in the top 10, top 15. Now he could arguably be top 6 right now. So that's quite an accomplishment.
And speaking of all-time goods, the other day you were talking about how tough Laver is mentally. But after Laver, who do you think is the toughest mentally? There's Connors, there's Pete, there's Roger.
You know, one day I'll do something for your magazine. I'll do a top 10 toughness, like mental toughness ranking. I don't promise. But thank you. Last one.
John, you've gone on record before saying that you think Andy Roddick's a Hall of Famer. He's got one slam. He's got that incredible run, obviously, being in the top 10. He's done what he's done with Davis Cup and so forth. How do you think he'll be remembered? The injuries are starting to creep in. Not that he's done yet, but how will people look
Well,
at him?
he'll be remembered a little bit like the guy that was around when these incredible players are playing. So it just shows you how great the athleticism is, that his power game wasn't enough. But I mean, he's incredible. The guy's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Just tough luck.
You can say that about other guys. That's how it works. Tough luck. If some other guy hadn't been on the court in the '84 or whatever the hell.